Sonic, I feel that we're living our lives in a way that isn't like the way it's supposed to be. I feel like we should be living our lives a little bit differently, like more, I guess, naturally. We should be like following nature and nature's laws and etc. And we should be trying to like fit in more with nature, not try and like go against nature. How we're living our lives isn't like, that's not the way it's supposed to be. We need to be living our lives more naturally. Naturally, that is like far more optimal for us. Big Sonic, why don't we live more naturally? Why don't we just stay in the woods and stuff and not live in like brick houses and use like all this technology and tools that we have from our modern civilization? How come, Big Sonic, we live in such an unnatural way? Why don't we just go into the woods and just live in huts like our ancestors? And I can go on and etc. Give me some of your insights on this, Big Sonic. Well, Small Sonic, living naturally would be quite inconvenient. I mean, imagine if you wanted to just stay all day in the woods, live in like a hut with no like electricity and warm water and boilers and all and stuff and that, and you don't have any heaters or anything like that, no technology, no computers to do work with and stuff, it would be all so like inconvenient, impractical. It would be such a horrendous, horrible existence if we were to just all go into the woods or somewhere similar, or in a place where there's no civilization, and we were just to like try and live off of the land like hunter-gatherers and stuff. That'd be so like horrendous. Small Sonic, what's natural? That isn't like what's best for us. Like, what's natural? Like, our ancestors were quite primitive. They were like abusing each other in so many different ways. They were killing each other. They were doing all sorts of things. Nature, quite honestly, isn't the best thing for us. Caring about nature and trying to fit in with nature, that's not really what you should be concerned about. Really, Small Sonic, you're saying that we should be living in a different type of way. I don't know, going into the woods and living in huts, is that really what's best for us? Would you want to spend all day in a hut picking insects apart and trying to scavenge for food? Is that what you want to spend your time doing? Quite frankly, Small Sonic, I don't want to do that. Big Sonic, but that is so natural. That's the way we're supposed to live. All this technology and brick houses and stuff, that's just fucking disgusting. We need to be in the woods, like living in a hut and trying to scavenge for food and pick up insects, like you said. Wouldn't that be better for us, Big Sonic? Because that's more natural. Well, Small Sonic, natural, this is kind of like a useless word. It's a loaded word. It doesn't mean anything. Natural can mean quite a lot of different types of things. Like, it's all subjective, and these words, we made these words up and stuff. It's not like there's some objective weight to like what's natural. Is all this stuff we made up. But Small Sonic, quite frankly, like natural, you should not be too concerned about what's natural, because you know, if you want to be natural, like, I mean, look at what happened to your primitive ancestors. Your primitive ancestors were living naturally and they died young, and they had like a lot of diseases and stuff, and they had to spend all day scavenging for food, and they couldn't even maintain their hygiene, and they had like poop on their butts, and can go on and on. It's not very pretty. Natural, it shouldn't be your concern to be natural. That's like quite stupid to me. Small Sonic, we've come a long way. We have all our technology now, all this technology and good infrastructure and housings and stuff, and like water and electricity and stuff. This is just so much more comfortable and better for us. But Big Sonic, it's not making me happy. I still feel like something's missing. I feel like we shouldn't be living this way. I feel like we need to return to the woods and live in huts and spend all day scavenging for food. Wouldn't that be more fulfilling for us? Well, Small Sonic, that's all very subjective and stuff. But quite frankly, Small Sonic, I believe that it would be quite a horrendous existence. It would be very difficult to get anything done. You would be constantly like scavenging for food. You might not even be able to find food. You might die prematurely because of like malnutrition, because you wouldn't be able to eat the right amounts of food. Nature is unforgiving. Nature shouldn't be your concern, Small Sonic. What's natural isn't what's good for us. Our primitive ancestors used to abuse each other, physical, verbal abuse, like homicide, genocide. That used to be natural, because that's what if we define natural as in like what our ancestors were doing, our primitive ancestors, then you know, like genocide, homicide, rape, all of that is natural, Small Sonic. Quite frankly, Small Sonic, what's natural shouldn't be your concern, because you know, nature is quite atrocious. We should be trying to better ourselves and stuff through civilization, but ultimately it's your choice, Small Sonic. Big Sonic, I think you're right. I don't want to go into the woods and live in a hut and pick pick apart insects and scavenge for food all day. You're right. Fuck nature, Big Sonic. Fuck nature in the ass. Let's just live in our civilization with all our technology and stuff and sophisticated things. Thank you for opening my mind and helping me figure this out, Big Sonic. No problem, Small Sonic. The topic of this video is going to be about nature. The topic of this video is going to be about nature. What's this guy getting at? Our nature. What do you mean by nature? It's so like, this is so important. The topic of this video, nature. I'm going to talk about nature and like what's natural and etc. and stuff like this, because a lot of us human beings, us people and stuff, a lot of us young men and women and stuff and blah blah blah, it's almost as if like we like natural, that's like, there's like this term called natural, and you need to be natural and stuff, and you need to make sure you're natural and you do all the right things that's natural. You have to be natural, you have to follow nature. That is something that you need to like respect and like kind of admire and kind of try and like fit into. You need to like you need to look into nature and stuff and follow nature and be natural and etc. And this is all, in my opinion, this is all so fucking retarded to me, that a lot of us like we get duped by this fucking stupidity, like, oh, nature, natural, that's what you should be concerned about. Like, you need to be concerned about nature and what's natural, and you need to be trying to follow nature and what's natural. Is so fucking stupid. I'll give you like a good explanation as to why this is so fucking stupid. Trying to like believe in like nature and follow nature and try and be like natural is so fucking stupid to me. Should I tell you why? Look at like especially like human history. Like, look at what we were doing before civilization started to get developed, and in Anatolia, Turkey, where Turkey is today. What were we doing before like civilization got developed in like the Levant and stuff, and like in parts of like the Balkans and Southern Europe? Like that's just because I know that civilization was probably, it's the earliest forms of civilization was in like pretty much like where Turkey is today and like Iran and stuff, those types of places. What were we doing before civilization was developed and etc. and stuff? What were we doing like before civilization? Because follow nature, be natural. Like, a lot of people typically when they say follow nature, be natural, this typically means that you need to not like be concerned about civilization. You need to kind of like look for like places where there is no civilization, just try and exist in these places that have no civilization, try and scavenge for food, pick apart insects. This is all fucking so stupid to me. So dumb. If you like look at like human history before civilization was developed and advanced and invented, before civilization, all us human beings, we were just fucking scavenging about lands, trying to pick apart insects and whatever other types of animals we could find, trying to pick these animals and insects apart, trying to eat them, trying to just subsist off of the land and scavenge for food and stuff. That's all we were doing. We were just hunter-gatherers, and etc. And that is like super natural. Like, typically like when people like are concerned about nature and being natural, they're telling you that to be like, you need to like become a hunter-gatherer, because that is like super, that is like what natural should mean. Like, if you're gonna be very consistent and appropriate with the word natural, because a lot of us, obviously words are subjective. It's not like there's like some type of objective measure to define these types of words. Natural is like all subjective, but typically like if natural, this word, it should mean like, as in like, especially in regards to us human beings, like to become a hunter-gatherer, that it would be like the ultimate like form of being natural. Because a lot of us like natural, like, you know, like buildings, infrastructure, technology, like what does it mean to be natural? Natural basically means stuff that isn't related to our civilization. We need to like get out of our civilization and go into the woods and pick apart insects and live in huts, mud huts, because you know that is what's actually natural. Living in like so many people, they want to be natural, they're concerned about nature and all these types of things. They're so dumb. So many people are so brain dead, they don't know what natural actually means, nature and stuff. Living in like an apartment in like in a city and stuff, that's not fucking natural, you dumbass. Nature, natural. You need to like go where no civilization is. Go to like places on this planet where there is no civilization, just woods and fucking nothing else. And like maybe woods, like if you're in Asia and Europe, but I know in like North Africa and the Middle East and stuff, there's like deserts. Like go there and just try and subsist off of the land. That's like what natural should that's what natural should actually mean. A lot of us were so fucking stupid and ignorant. Like nature and natural, that should not be your concern, to be natural. Nature and natural, like so fucking dumb to me. Like look at like because like to be natural you would have to like live like a hunter-gatherer. That's the only way you can consistently be natural. Like I know words are like very subjective and you can define things in your own way, but like natural, if you want to be supernatural, you would like have to be like a hunter-gatherer. Like typically, like in my opinion at least, I believe that the word natural, typically it just means like natural isn't like not related to human civilization. That's what natural is. Things that aren't from our civilization, like, you know, trees, we didn't like invent trees as human beings. They obviously we built like civilizations around trees, but the trees, they exist on their own. Even before us human beings, we started like develop cities and stuff. Trees were always there and stuff. That's natural. Stuff that doesn't come from our civilization, that's typically what, that in my opinion, that's how you would define the word natural. Even though natural, the word natural is kind of dumb. It's very stupid to me, because a lot of us people, us human beings, we don't live natural. Like people that are all about like being natural and respecting nature and following nature, they're so dumb. They live in apartments and cities. This is just my opinion, but you should not give a fuck about like being natural, nature, all this type of stuff is fucking stupid to me. That people, they care about like nature and what's natural is so fucking dumb to me, because nature, natural is fucking like living in the woods and trying to like pick apart insects and scavenge for food. That's, and like suffering from malnutrition and disease. That's like fucking, you know, that's what natural actually means. That's what's fucking natural. You know that? Living in the woods, fucking living in a hut, trying to pick apart insects and trying to scavenge for food, and suffering from malnutrition and disease. That's what's fucking natural. Do you know that? That's what that word natural actually should mean. A lot of us, we have like these wrong ideas, bad understandings and stuff about nature and natural, what it means to be natural. It's so fucking dumb. Living in an apartment in a city doesn't mean that you're natural. Just because you like buy like organic food, it's like all of the food that we have is GMO. You know that all food, even like the organic food that people like label as organic, is all GMO. All of our food is GMO. I'll tell you how. What does GMO mean? Genetically modified. Something similar to that. All of our like fruits and vegetables are genetically modified. We've like been domesticating the food. The types of fruits and vegetables we eat consistently, they've been manipulated by our ancestors so much that they're completely different now. All of our fruits and vegetables, like there is everything about like, it's so fucking like nature, natural. This is so fucking stupid. Because in like natural, there's like, you know, a lot of us fucking people, like a lot of you people, they falsely believe that like there's like such a thing as like natural, like fruits and vegetables, that's natural and stuff. Nature, you should just be like, oh, natural, you could be concerned about nature. You know, fruits and vegetables, they don't exist in nature, in the natural world. You know, the types of fruits and vegetables we eat, they're domesticated. They've been domesticated over the course of like hundreds of years and stuff, and they're completely unrecognizable to the original like plants that were like natural. All the food that we eat is like unnatural. Even like the meat and stuff, and chicken and eggs and milk, all genetically modified. I'm really, what I'm getting at is like, fucking, you should not care about nature and natural trying to be natural. It's fucking so dumb to me. What's natural? What's natural is that you're like in the woods and you're picking apart insects and scavenging for food and suffering from malnutrition and disease. That is like what it means to be natural. Do you want to like be natural now? Don't be natural. You should not give a fuck about nature. Nature is a bitch. So dumb to me. Like people, there are so many people out there, and they want to be all natural and care about nature. It's so fucking dumb to me. Organic food, oh, that's not natural. You know, all the food that we have is genetically modified, all of it. Even like the organic, as if there's like a difference between organic and GMO. Obviously, there could be like, in terms of like pesticides, maybe organic food doesn't get like laced with like fucking toxic chemicals, but still, all the food that we have, all the fruits and vegetables, they've been domesticated. They're domesticated crops. They domesticated as in they've been manipulated over the course of hundreds of years to be edible for us human beings. Like everything about like us is unnatural. Like, to be a human is to be unnatural. Like this is what I'm getting at. Like to be a human is to be unnatural. You should not be concerned about trying to be natural, trying to care about nature and trying to follow nature's path. It's so fucking dumb to me. It's fucking dumb to me. Like, do you want to like live in the woods, pick apart insects, scavenge for food, and suffer from malnutrition and disease? Because you know that's what's fucking natural. That's what's natural. Living in an apartment in a city and eating organic like food, fruits and vegetables and stuff, that's not natural, is it? The only thing that's natural about that is that actually there's nothing natural. Like, this is what I'm getting at. To be human is to be unnatural, where as a species we are like we are unnatural. That's whole, like, we go against nature all the time. That's what it means to be human, to go against nature, to create like civilization and to create like medicine and to like domesticate crops to make things more edible and easy for us human beings and stuff. That's what it means to be like a human being. Like, to be a human being is to like go to be unnatural. To be a human being is to be unnatural, not natural. Fucking so dumb. Just like fucking be in the woods, pick apart insects, scavenge for food, suffer from malnutrition and disease is fucking so dumb. There is no, like, to be a human being is to be unnatural. Like, our species, like, where we are, like, our species, we like everything about our species is like unnatural. Like, we as a species, we like are defined by the fact that we go against nature all the time. That's why we built civilization and cities, and we have all our technology now and our computers and sophisticated systems of different types of things. Nature, what's natural is fucking so dumb to me. Don't be concerned about like nature and trying to be natural. It's so fucking stupid to me. What's natural isn't what's good for us. Don't be fucking stupid. Oh, nature, all that. It's so fucking annoying. Some people are like this. They get into like arguments about trying to be natural, trying to follow nature's path, as if nature cares about us human beings. Nature is fucking a bitch. Nature is like a bitch. Mother Nature is a bitch, and you should not fucking care about her, and you should not even think about her. Nature, don't try and be natural. I'm telling you, as a human being, like our species, we're defined by trying to be unnatural. We're our species. We've been fighting Mother Nature for so long. Trying to go against like nature's wrath, nature's way. Nature, don't be natural. Fuck nature in the ass at all. Nature, shouldn't fucking care about nature trying to be natural. It's so fucking annoying to me. Like, so many dumbasses. I want to be natural. I want to like follow nature. That's why that determines like their life choices and stuff. You know, everything about our life. Modern lifestyles now, especially in modern cities, everything about us is like unnatural. You know, like even the food, even the organic food that you might buy in some vegan supermarket, I don't know, it's unnatural. All fruits and vegetables are natural. They've all been genetically modified. Even the organic foods have been genetically modified and stuff. Cows, even the meat and eggs and fish and all that type of stuff that all the animals that we eat and the byproducts of these animals, like the milk and cheese and all that's been modified. Everything about us is like unnatural. All the foods, everything about our modern like lifestyle, everything about us is just unnatural. As a human being, you are unnatural, and you should be proud. To be a human being is to be unnatural, not natural. You know what's natural? Fucking living in the woods, trying to pick apart insects, scavenging for like food, suffering from malnutrition and disease. Look at like the animals, these other like animal species, like the other animals on planet Earth. Like their type of the existence that they have is so horrendous. They don't have any technology. They don't have anything going for them. They just try and survive and reproduce, and they have like a lot of animals in the wild. They suffer from disease, malnutrition, parasites. That's what it means to be natural. Do you want to be natural now? Fucking so dumb to me. Obviously, nature. Obviously, to some extent, you need to like maybe perhaps like because nature, what's natural? Like us human beings, we cannot eat metal. You get it? Digest metal. We can't consume like plastic as a food source. So nature, to some extent, you have to care about nature. Like obviously there's like a blueprint for our biology and stuff, and we can only eat certain things and drink certain things. Obviously, fair enough. But still, like nature, I think like typically like what most people like when they talk about nature trying to be natural, they're like trying to they're trying to dictate their life choices by like what's natural and stuff. It's so dumb to me. Everything about us is unnatural, obviously, but still to some extent you can't like unnatural. Like us human beings, we can't use like metal and plastic as a food source. We can't eat. There's like our biology has a blueprint and stuff, and we have to like and that can be, and then that was sort of like made it like our genetics are like they're like a program. We can only consume certain things and stuff. Okay, fair enough. There, nature. If you want to define it in the type of way that like what we're us human beings, what we're supposed to be consuming and stuff, I don't know. But still, it's kind of like not nature, natural. Like trying to be super. Like I don't get people that are all about like trying to be natural. They want to be natural. Like, what does it mean to be natural? To live in the woods and to pick apart insects and to scavenge for food. That's what it means to be natural. Do you want to be natural? What does it mean to be natural? To suffer from malnutrition and disease. That's what it means to be natural. as a human being, you're unnatural and you should be proud of as a species, we're defined by being unnatural, like going against nature's wrath in ways. Mother Nature is a bitch and we always like try and fuck her up. That's what our species is about. Obviously, but still natural. There's like a blueprint in our biology. Like us human beings, we can't consume like plastic. We can't use plastic and metal as a food source. So maybe in this type of way, like nature and natural, what's natural, that maybe in this type of way, you should like care about like nature and what's natural and etc. and stuff. I don't know, but still, nature and natural is kind of still fucking dumb to me. That a lot of us, we care so much about like these types of things, like what's natural, nature, all that type of jazz. Fucking shit. Hopefully I didn't spit into the microphone. Anyway, nature. The topic of this video is nature. What am I telling you? What am I getting at? I'm telling you that you should not give a fuck about nature, what's natural. You should not care about what's natural. You should just do what's best for you according to like science and etc. and our modern civilization. I'm telling you, that's the way to go, not nature. Living in the woods, picking apart insects, trying to scavenge for food, suffering from malnutrition and disease. Is that what you want to be about? Is that like, if you're like all about nature and being natural, that's like what that's what nature is, like natural. That's what natural actually should mean. Like a lot of us, we live in apartments and cities and stuff, and we go to the supermarket to buy our food. We're like, how the fuck is that natural? If you want to be fucking natural, go into like the woods and try and pick apart insects and try and scavenge for food and suffer from malnutrition and disease. That's what's natural. You should not give a fuck about what's natural. It's so dumb to me. Like people, they care about like being natural and nature and all this type of stuff. It's fucking dumb. It's dumb shit. I'm telling you, man. If you like nature's gonna fuck you in the ass. I'm telling you, like, if Mother Nature is a bitch, you should like embrace civilization, science, technology, the advancements we've made as a species. You should not fucking go backwards and try and be natural and go with the flow with nature and stuff. It's so fucking dumb to me. Really, you want to be in the woods picking apart insects and trying to scavenge for food and suffering from malnutrition and disease? Is that what you want to do? If you want to be supernatural, you should not even be using technology. So many dumbasses, they care about nature and trying to be natural. They use technology and computers and stuff, and they live in apartments in cities and stuff, and they go to the supermarket to buy their food. They don't even live in the woods. If you want to be supernatural, you give up all your technology, even your clothing and stuff. Just be like a caveman in the woods, try and pick apart insects, try and scavenge for food and stuff, and suffer from malnutrition and disease and barely stay alive. That's what it actually means to be natural. Like so many people are so fucking dumb. Nature, natural, that should not be your concern. I'm telling you, you should not give a fuck about like what's natural, nature. Fucking so dumb to me. I fucking can't believe it that so many dumbasses, they care, they live so retardedly. Like they stop buying certain things because it's unnatural. I want to be natural. I want to care about nature and stuff. Fucking idiots, man. Nature. What's natural is like living in the woods and like picking apart insects and scavenging for food and suffering from malnutrition and disease. That's what's natural. Living in a fucking apartment and buying organic food, that's fucking not natural, you dumbass. Fucking idiots. You should not care about what's natural. It's fucking so stupid to me. Nature doesn't give a fuck about you. Mother Nature is a bitch. A lot of us, we would have just died as babies in the wild. Do you know that? Especially me, like a lot of us, we get born through C-section. Like our mother's wombs have to be cut open and stuff, and we have to be pulled out. A lot of us human beings, we would not be here. If it was like, if natural was like the thing, and nature was like something important, we would not be here. Like in the wild, like a lot of us, we would have just died as infants. Malnutrition, disease, that's what's natural. Rape, violence, homicide, genocide, that's natural. Do you want to care about what's natural? That's fucking so dumb to me. Nature is a bitch. Mother Nature is a bitch. You should not give a fuck about trying to be natural, caring about Mother Nature. You know what's natural? Living in the woods, picking apart insects and like scavenging for food and suffering from malnutrition and disease. That's supernatural. Living in a fucking apartment in a city and going to the supermarket to buy your food, that's not fucking natural, is it? So many people, they're so fucking retarded. I have to fucking explain these types of things. Nature, you should not give a fuck about nature. Fuck natural. Obviously, to some extent, you have to like, because there is like a blueprint in our biology. Like us human beings, we can't use plastic as a food source. We can't eat plastic or metal. Obviously, there is like a blueprint and stuff like. If that's how you want to define nature and being natural, like following like our biology's blueprint, like, okay, fair enough. I don't know, but a lot of us were so dumb. Like, natural, like it's so stupid to me. Like, do you want to live as a hobo, basically, live in the woods and pick apart insects, scavenge for food, suffer from malnutrition and disease. So fucking stupid. Nature is a bitch, Mother Nature is a bitch. We've fucked Mother Nature with like civilization, technology, science. That's what it's all about. That's what you should care about. Trying to be natural is so fucking ridiculous to me that so many dumbasses are. They live in a very retarded way because they concern themselves about nature and trying to be natural. It's so fucking dumb. Fuck Mother Nature. Mother Nature is a bitch. Us human beings, we fucked Mother Nature with civilization, technology, science. That's what you should embrace. Not fucking nature, natural. Basically, what I'm getting at is don't give a fuck about like being natural and trying to like be concerned about nature. Obviously, we shouldn't like bulldoze all the wildlife parks and all that type of stuff. We shouldn't like fucking cause too much like damage to like all the different types of ecologies around the planet. But still, nature, natural is fucking dumb to me. Do you want to live as a hobo in the woods trying to pick apart insects, suffering from like malnutrition and disease? Is that what you want? No. Fuck Mother Nature. Fuck being natural. Fuck nature. That's about it.